What's good, y'all? It's your boy Dami. So there was a movie called The Woman King that came out this past weekend that people are kind of saying is controversial and people are trying to boycott it. So I'm trying to break down this video that I seen on YouTube talking about the whole situation. So I'm finna react to that right quick. All right.
There's a lot of suspicious things that we need to talk about with this new movie that just came out this weekend called The Woman King, starring Viola Davis, who
Damn, he's coming out hot.
just a couple days ago during an interview said that if you don't go support this movie, then you are in fact a terrible person. And in fact, you are, yes, indeed, a racist. We know how this game goes. We know exactly what Hollywood continues to do. If you don't go support a new film that just came out that has any sort of minority lead in it, then you are a terrible person.
I'm not gonna lie, like I do think that there's an agenda going on. And you could say it's conspiracy theories, but when you see a movie called Woman King, like obviously they're trying to turn men into women and women into men. Woman King, come on. And it's not even just that. There's like a whole laundry list of things that happened where you could see they're clearly trying to do that. That's just me though. That's just me. I don't know.
Person. So The Woman King, like I said, there's a lot of very suspicious things that we need to talk about with this film. The Woman King reigns at box office on its opening night. The Woman King held court at the box office on its opening night. It is expected to make from $13 to $22 million during its domestic debut, which for
money, right?
a film like this, for how heavily it is being lauded by critics and audiences alike, we can assume that is honestly, that's kind of low numbers compared to how much it is getting praised. So as you can see here over on Rotten Tomatoes, currently with the critics it sits at 94%, which is about what I would expect.
Bro, you could clearly see that they doctored that, like they did something, because if it's getting this much backlash, how is it 99% audience, 94% tomato meat?
From critics, because all the woke critics absolutely love this movie, even though this movie is revisionist history and it is made through the lens of wokeness, which is of course something that is just common nowadays with Hollywood. But then we come to the audience score, where it sits at 99% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, like if you're gonna doctor it, at least put it at like 97, 99. Really? Maybe even like 95, 99. Like, okay.
There's a lot of very weird things that are happening with this, okay? So just to kind of start to break it down. So they released the trailer for The Woman King back in July. Look at that score right there. Look at the ratio here on YouTube for the trailer when they released the trailer. This is just devastating. 410,000 downloads compared to...
How is that possible? 410? Huh. 410. Oh my God.
53,000 upvotes. So that's before the film came out, right? Well, what about after the film came out? Well, we can see here that over on IMDb, it currently sits at 5.7 when it comes to the general score on IMDb. Look at all...
Ooh, that can't be good. I don't think I've ever seen it that bad. Like, real talk. I don't think I've ever seen it that bad. Yeah, niggas is not going for it, man. They're like, fuck that. Nope. We not supporting that.
All these 1-star reviews over on IMDb for this film. We can also go look at Metacritic, where over on Metacritic, it sits at 2.6 for audiences, which is horrendous. That is not good. Yet somehow, magically, over on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 99%. Basically a perfect score when it...
Oh my God. Every time I see that shit, it's like, bro, do they really think we're that stupid? All these other sites say that it's having low scores, but suddenly it's a 99. Really? Okay.
When it comes to audiences, And then it gets even weirder because, well, with all audiences, it's 84%, which is still being balanced out by the verified score, which has always been kind of a weird thing. This verified score thing, by the way, is something that is very fishy in itself, because this is something that Rotten Tomatoes implemented when Captain Marvel came out, because apparently Captain Marvel was getting review bombed by people that obviously didn't like the movie, so they're criticizing the movie, but
the movie was kind of mid. Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes, Disney, they couldn't have that. So then they implemented this thing called verified audience, where apparently you have to be a verified watcher of the film in order to count as a verified audience member who watches this film. But it's very, very strange. So when you go here, you can go and you can start to look at all of the reviews. It's just 5-star after 5-star after 5-star. But then it gets kind of bizarre, because when you start to actually look at the reviews, it's all just these one-line reviews with exclamation points everywhere. Powerful movie, superb acting, excellent work. I love the delivery of the movie.
Like, whoever made this is a horrible job. At least try and make it look like it's not fake. My God. Nah, this is real comedy. This is real comedy.
Really great movie. Everyone should go see this. It's a must-see. And then it just goes on and on and on with all these one scores. Now, a lot of these are more recent reviews, but when you start to go back, especially a couple days ago, they're literally all just one line 5-star reviews. It's literally all just like 1 star or 1 star, one line.
Yeah, that's too fishy. Like, like a perfect analogy is faking your report card and then putting that you had all A's when your parents know that you don't get all A's. Like, at least try and make it look like you kind of improved, but don't make it too obvious. Y'all made it too obvious. Like, nah. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. This is comedy.
Reviews that are 5 stars coming from people that are just leaving exclamation points, and there is nothing else besides that. Kind of bizarre, especially when you compare it to, now I think a lot of these newer ones might be, I think there's some more sprinkled in here, like actual reviews from people, but there are still a lot of people that are commenting here that are just that don't feel human. History revealed. Acting is superb. Well done. Very, very strange, especially when you compare it to some of the other things that have come out recently that fans absolutely love, like the Terminal List. When you go to the Terminal List, when you go to all of the audience scores, you can see that people are actually leaving more in-depth reviews where people actually are, giving their thoughts about the film, not just saying, oh, excellent movie, great acting.
See, this is where it gets more revealed. Clearly, they're actually typing more. So they care more, or maybe they're actually real. Maybe the old shit, the last shit was fake. This is actually real. That's just me.
Like these are actual reviews from people that are giving their thoughts about why they liked it and everything else. These feel a lot more human than the ones for The Woman King.
See, I see a 4.5 star. The other ones were just 5 stars. At least try and make it look like y'all aren't doing that. Come on. At least try. Try and make them look real.
And then I also want to compare the two over here on Metacritic. So right now, The Woman King sits at 2.6 from audiences, from users over on Metacritic. Meanwhile, The Terminal List sits at 8.5 from users. And these are scores that are very close together when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes. But then when it comes to Metacritic, which is something that is...
See, that's incriminating. That's too big of a jump. Like, honestly. This one is all the way at 8.5, and it has realistic comments. The last shit had fake-ass looking comments, and it was all the way at like 2 point something. Come on. Okay.
A lot less biased than Rotten Tomatoes. The scores are vastly, vastly different. And I bet the same would be over on IMDb as well. Let's go ahead and look up what the Terminal List is on IMDb. So, Woman King sits at 5.7 when it comes to audience members on IMDb. Terminal List is 8.0. Yet somehow, all of a sudden, magically, The Woman King is just like the best film that's ever been seen by anyone on Rotten Tomatoes.
Interesting. Mad interesting. What y'all think about Viola Davis though? Like, do we not fuck with her right now? I don't know, cause I don't know. She's looking a little funny lately with this movie situation. I don't know.
But it's not consistent with the same scores that are in these other places. Usually, when it comes to films that come out, audiences have at least fairly similar, consistent scores across the board when it comes to like IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and Metacritic. That is not what is happening here with The Woman King. So, I'm just going to leave that at that because I think that it's very, very suspicious what's going on here.
Very,
and then you can kind
very.
of look at this as well. So they're review fluffing The Woman King at Rotten Tomatoes. Proven rating manipulation at Rotten Tomatoes for the film The Woman King, released theatrically on the 16th. At 5 a.m. Saturday, Rotten Tomatoes claimed a score of 99%.
Jesus.
With 500 verified viewer reviews. I personally counted only 269. 266 of which were one-liners with 5 stars. And when you go back and take a look, that is basically what it is on Rotten Tomatoes. It's very, very strange. Something that we really haven't seen before.
That is weird.
And this is coming from a time, like I said, when you see a trailer get completely ratioed because...
Whoa, that is so wild. Like, what the fuck? That is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a movie trailer get those horrible numbers. Man, they were working to spam that dislike button. Wait, I thought they removed the dislike button. I don't know. They were spamming it though.
Of the revisionist history type of stuff that this film is doing, a film that is absolutely not interested in telling the truth about anything. And then you see that here's why some of the black community is driving hashtag boycott Woman King on social media. So this is something that was even on Twitter of people that were like, no, this film is not a good film. This film is a film that apparently glorifies slave traders and all that type of stuff. And it's just not.
Damn, that's a whole nother layer.
It's just like it's just continuing to be another revisionist history type of thing, which is exactly what Hollywood is doing across the board. They're not doing it with just stories now, like what we've seen with things like like Rings of Power and everything else, and all these, and Star Wars, all these other franchises where they're literally doing like revisionist history stuff with franchises that we love, but now they're doing it with literal history as well. So with that being said, I just want to hear what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Do you think that this is suspicious stuff? Do you think that it tracks? Because this is something that this is unprecedented what we've seen.
This is very suspicious stuff. And you could I already knew by the name, The Woman King, that clearly they were trying to push this movie. They were trying to make sure that, women are basically the men now and men are the women, like women are in charge. And I don't know. But it's evident clearly, honestly.
Seen here, and it's something that, like I said, the thing that stands out the most is the inconsistencies between a lot of these different sites with the audience scores. It's something that's very, very weird. At least it's never been this dramatic that I have seen before. It's very strange, and I think that a lot of it could do with the fact that Hollywood is trying to protect this film and prop this film up. So with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.
Oh, that's it. Looks like. Oh. All right, yeah, that's it. That was mad interesting though. It was mad interesting. I wonder what's gonna actually happen. But hey, tune in next time. I'm out.